day shift. When you're young, it looks and appears like this is how you're going to find fulfillment, is by having a steady career and be able to take care of yourself, right? It's something that, like, it gives you that independence to where, oh, any man can come into your life and they can leave and you'll be all right, right? But that is not how we were designed. We were not created to have that kind of discord. The woman was actually created as the helper to the man. Okay, they're created to be an emotional support to the man while the man provides, because they are actually built for that 40, 50, 60-hour work week. And so now that I'm older and marriage and I have found a new perspective on everything, there's no way I'd be able to take care of a family. I can barely take care of myself because I get home so tired that cooking even just a steak is like a whole chore. So I end up with ramen or something super fast and go to sleep just so I can do it all over again. There is no fulfillment. It's like being in a hamster wheel. And I would absolutely, if somebody wanted to go out on a date with me that was a billionaire, that had the same values as me, and was supportive in me being able to minister to people, even financially supporting my vision with God, then yeah, I would absolutely take that over working 40, 50, 60 hours by myself.
I understand where you're coming from, but I think that also kind of, there's a difference between job and career, like we talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, even if you have a job, even if you have a career, I don't think this actually challenges anything that I said as it relates to what's best for the children.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd also like to, I went on for a bit there. In response to what I said, does anybody have any objections?
I feel like I don't agree, because I grew up with like 2 working parents, and my mom, like, she loves her job and she's a food scientist, and obviously,
what does she do?
She's a food scientist.
Food scientist.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she obviously, like, I mean, I could say in elementary school I was kind of sometimes felt like sad because I had to take the bus and some parents would drop their kids to school. But then as I grew older, I realized, like, my mom's her own individual. Like, she is still a very good mother. We had dinner as a family every night. On the weekends, they would spend as much time as they could. And I feel like they had both my parents worked, but they still treated us like really good. And even in high school, though, my mom actually would have to drive an hour to work and drive an hour back, and would do like full days. And my dad was actually like cooking us dinner, and he was doing a lot for us, but I didn't ever feel like neglected by my mom. Like, growing up, I still think she's like the best mother she could have been. So I feel like it depends. Like, maybe if you are a parent and you're not giving enough attention to your children, yeah, then I could see you feel neglected, and that's not the best parenting. But coming from a person who's both parents worked and they both worked a lot of hours, I still never felt neglected. And I think I grew up to be like pretty good.
Yeah, and just to be clear, to reiterate here, the suggestion is not that, everybody who's grown up in like a 2-parent household where, the man worked and the woman stayed home and took care of the kids, that all the children under that dynamic always turn out like perfectly. And then in the other dynamic where both parents go out and work, the children always turn out awfully. That's absolutely not the case. But I'm just looking in terms of what is optimal, what is best. And again, my position would just be, while it works, it can work, things can be totally fine. I do think, and it sounds like it was perfectly fine for you. There's no disputes there. I do think it is the best to have at least one parent there who's taking care of the kid.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most optimal. That's the most optimal. And especially, I don't want to send my kid to daycare, to childcare.
Yeah.
Don't want to do it. So, any objections from anybody else on the panel? Wait, actually, sorry. Before you do, save it. I need to let some chats come through. Sorry for the delay, guys.
Teddy West
I apologize.
29 donated $200.
I should have got it in sooner. Sorry, man.
First time donating. Brian, I love yours and Andrew's work. I saw your post of that evil woman wanting to hurt your innocent cat.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
If anything happens to your cat, me and the boys are ready for war.
Yeah, there's some wicked, evil people out there, man. Say some weird shit. But thank you, Teddy Westside. Sorry for the delay on that. Thank you for appreciate your first time sending a a dono here. Thank you, man.
Doc Venabilis has donated $200.
Yo, thank you, man.
These young ladies have been sold a bill of goods.
Did you mean a false
Any of you
bill?
value motherhood over boss bimbo? You will reach age 50, childless,
Oh, shit.
shriveled hoo-ha, and Zoloft dependent. Good luck with that.
Anybody want to respond to Doc Venabilis?
May I?
Yeah.
I do want to be a mama. I do want to be mama myself. I absolutely. So there will, but I also do want to work. Maybe it's not as much as in the future my husband works, but also keep in mind our age groups here. We just left. I'm talking 17, 18, 19. I left home a little earlier than usual. I left home at 17, and I've been living alone since then. We just barely stepped into adulthood. I get it, biologically we're fertile, we can pop out kids now, but that's really not the move, and we've seen it several times before. It's good to wait until you're in your 20s. Our brains are developing. So you know what? I'm seeing this, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
33.
33. How old are you, sir?
36.
36. You guys are coming from a perspective of a decade over us.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're inherently wrong, you're inherently right, or vice versa. We have to take into account, we're still developing. I'm still, and this is to prove your point. I do want to be a mama. And I do have those random spurts of, damn, I kind of want a kid right now. I kind of want baby fever, bruh. I want to be sitting there making pies for my kid, but at the end of the day, I also still want to fulfill something for myself. So why can there not be both? Why can I not build something along with my partner? And when the time comes, if the split is, okay, we're going from 50-50 work, building something for our family, and then once we build that family, maybe my work is a little bit less and his is a little bit more. It's not so black and white. It's not about some boss bimbo shit. It's about just general autonomy. It is all in our divine nature. It is, as you were saying, I'm not inherently Christian, but I do believe in that value that look, I'm androgynous. I'm super androgynous, but
What does that have to do with anything? But okay, go ahead.
Because I'm saying I have a masculine essence, so I have a lot of masculine aspirations. But at the end of the day, it's natural. It's in our DNA to want to nurture. I'm sorry, I talk really
Continue.
loud.
Go ahead.
But you got to give us at least a little bit of the slack of we're still developing in ourselves. That's just
Let me do a quick response, and I'll let you go. Then I'll let you go. So, I understand that I'm a bit older than some of you. However, I was also once 18, 19, 20. Yeah. And if somebody asked me when I was 18, 19, 20, slogging away through college, and they were like, hey, Brian, you have your little, your ambitions with, you want to do career, you want to get an education. Mind you, at least I know people have varying experiences in college. I found college to frankly be a massive waste of time.
For sure.
I always thought, well, at least after I dropped out, never to let college get in the way of your education. In any case, I'm sure the college girls are going to love that one. If somebody proposed to me, Brian, if at 18 some billionaire woman came along and was like, hey, I'll marry you. You don't have to work. We're good. There's no question. I don't, back when I was 18, who knows what I could have, who knows? I would have taken it. And you might say, well, Brian, retrospectively, trust me, at 18, I would have taken that shit. Even though the male biological imperative is to provide, still take it. Still take the trade.
Of course.
So that's just I don't know, it's kind of interesting.
Can I
it's kind
say
of interesting.
something?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, hold on. I want to go in order here. But really quick, wait. Did the one from Pasty George come in?
A message from the government of Canada.
Pasty George.
I'll let you guys go after this. Hold on. Sorry for the delay, Pasty. I'm sorry.
Since ancient times, men have worked for the sake of their families. Their actual fulfillment is knowing they have a legacy, which is their kids. Women have lost that because of feminism.
Good point, Pasty George. Thank you, man. Good to see you in the chat. Sorry for the delay, man. My bad. I was in the midst. So I think you go.
So going back to what we were talking about before, the world is also changing. You can work from
For the
home
better?
now. There's
Well,
things
it depends.
that
It depends.
It
Go
depends
ahead.
where we're
Sorry,
talking
didn't mean
about.
to interrupt you. Go ahead.
But you can work from home. Both parents can have a job, work from home, and still take care of their children. And they can still be attentive, too. Like, you can have different schedules. Like, for example, my mom works at 4 a.m. to, 12. And then my dad is always working. But that's always worked for us because she's still there to take care of us. There's always been, like, the point is you can have two parents working and it can still be beneficial for the kids. And you have an extra income as well.
Okay. What did you have?
I would just say that I would honestly give up my businesses to raise kids, you know, if it worked for our family. Like, my want and need to build something for myself has almost zero impact on situational choices, but I think after your kids age out, when it's 25 years down the line, I'll still want to keep working and do something productive, and I want to ask everybody here if you would do that as well.
Yes.
Yes?
To an extent, yes.
Do what?
Sorry, what was the question?
Do
If
what?
you would give up just for a time your careers to raise kids and then go back to it, if you were given the choice.
I think that's...
If the answer is yes, how long?
Are we talking career pursuits long term, like, you know, her studying for her PhD, or are we talking career as in your day-to-day job, like my
Wait,
stage
hold on.
work?
Let me make this simpler. Who here wants kids? Show of hands. You don't want kids? No kids? Maybe it'll change. Who knows?
I already have one.
Yeah. You want more kids? Maybe kids? No kids? Don't want.
No kids.
Okay. Maybe it'll change. Who knows?
As of right now, no.
Well, no. So just to be clear, I don't mean.
Or, sorry,
I don't mean
like-
like kids right now. I totally understand that, but maybe
Down the line.
Yeah, as of right now, down the line, I
in your
don't see that
late,
in the
mid,
future.
late 20s, early 30s, even then.
No.
100% certain.
I mean,
It could
maybe
change.
maybe it would
It could
change,
change.
but
Yeah.
But
it could
don't even
change.
see it down the line.
No.
Why? Just curious why. I'm just curious why.
that's just like not the life I see for myself. I like kids and everything, but I kind of just want to work and I would want to get married, but I'm happy with just those two.
What's the point of getting married? Anyways.
I mean, I want a partner though. I want
well,
a
you
partner
could
for life.
Just have a boyfriend for life, I guess.
Well,
And
I kind of like that.
You've
yeah.
been dating a boyfriend for 2 years. He's also on board, I'm assuming, with the no kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we've talked. I mean, I don't know. He isn't pressuring me or anything. I mean, he maybe wants kids, but after being with me, I think he's also realizing he maybe doesn't want it. So.
Like, have you guys had the convo or?
I mean, we had a convo, nothing serious. It's just I said like if I were to marry someone, they have to respect that I probably won't have kids, and I don't want to feel pressured about it. So.
And he said.
And he was fine with it. I mean, I don't think we don't really know yet. I know I don't really want kids. He doesn't think he wants
Okay.
kids either. So.
Sure. Why don't you guys want kids? Just
I just don't see it
don't
in
want
my life.
to push out a football out of a
Absolutely not.
bigger than a football. I guess. Yeah, it's pretty. Babies are big, might be painful. What about you?
I just don't see myself being something that a child like not needs growing up, but I don't, as of right now, I'm not kind of that nurturing, loving person. I do believe that a child deserves to be 100% cared for and nurtured to the fullest. And I think as of right now, I'm not someone that would be very like empathetic if something, I don't really know how to explain it,
If
but
it was your child that came out of your
A message
body,
from the
I
government of
think you would
Canada.
you would
sorry,
feel
hold on.
that.
George donated $200.04. If women are still developing mentally until the age of 25, then why do they have the right to vote at 18? Shouldn't they be incompetent and thus denied voting until age 25?
Humans, Pasty George, humans are still developing mentally until the age of 25.
Men actually take longer to develop mentally.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't mean anything.
Well, so then should we, including both men and women, should we raise the voting age to 25 for both?
That leans into a whole different
I'm okay with that.
But
I'd be
I
okay
would
with
say
that.
so.
with that in mind, can we still buy a gun at 21 but can't vote until 25? Or are we changing all of these to 25?
You got it. Hold on. Please don't make me have to remind you once more. How many times has it been? 5, 10? You got to speak closer to the mic, okay?
I'm sorry, sir.
Just make the fix.
I'm sorry.
Finish your thought.
Well, this is leaning to a whole other conversation, but if we're going to be changing voting age to 25, why don't we change all the other things that come with adulthood to 25, including
Here,
drinking?
read this from Rachel Wilson. Read that from Rachel Wilson.
Stop the cope. You don't want the responsibility and don't want to have to think of anything but yourself. Shame. Appreciate that, but I do want the responsibility.
Should
I respect your opinion, though.
Somebody else had something. I think you wanted to jump in. I'm going to step away for just a moment. Go ahead, though.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, actually, when I was 18, right before I actually met the father of my son, I met someone who was much older than me at the time, too, but who actually gave me the offer to settle down. And I didn't take it because I just wasn't attracted to him, and he was much older and all of these things. And he told me, like, I'll put you through school and I'll do all these, these things. And then I, kind of refused it and went on to meet my now ex. And I can just tell you that being older and a little bit wiser, that if I could go back in time, because I would never not want to have my son, but I will say that choice of me refusing that, like an easier life, as opposed to like the struggles that I endured for decades and the trauma that I endured for decades after, it changes you. It really changes you. So I know you guys are all very, very young, and you don't have, you don't have as much life experience, but it really does change you as a person. Yeah. And yeah, that's all.
And I think had I gone through, or had any of us had that retrospective stance that you have, and it seems like you have a little bit as well, we probably would agree with that. However, I simply, as much
so
as
when I was like younger, like you got your age, 18, 19, 20s, whatever, I never wanted kids either. And I was all about like the feminist movement and moving towards, just a career, figuring my life out. Like no guy's gonna come in the middle of that. Like no kids, never wanted kids ever. But there comes a point when you get to a certain age where like you realize it was kind of backwards the way that you were thinking, and the reality of like all those years wasted kind of hits you. And I'm not saying it in a way that I'm trying to say that I don't agree with your perspective, because I've been there. I've been there. I've thought those same things. And I'm not arguing that I'm better than or worse than anybody. I am just saying out of my experience that I hope it resonates with you now, and maybe one day you'll look back and be like, oh, I was just like trying to give you loving advice for the future.
Yeah, same for me as well. Like, because when you're young, you don't see the foreseeable future. You're thinking about, your present moment and how you want to, thrive, and as you should. I mean, I don't want to take that away from any of you. You should focus on yourselves and your life and your betterment and your personal growth and development. But honestly, like when you're in a car scrounging for change because you can't afford McDonald's, you know what I mean? As opposed to like having your school paid for, and like it's just a completely different lifestyle.
Once you're living it, you guys have a wisdom, and I can't speak for the rest of the ones who are 18, 19, our age, but at least the way I see it is, I don't know this, I haven't lived through this circumstance yet, but I can look in your eyes and I can tell that there is truth in this. It's just not a truth that I or any of us have experienced yet, and maybe that's something we just naturally have to go through. I think I'm already getting baby fever, man. If I were given that opportunity, that he was the hypothetical that he was talking about of marrying a billionaire, it was a pretty weird hypothetical because it was all based on money. But let's say my karmic, the love of my life, same with y'all, the love of your life, your absolute dream man, also happened to be grinding and give you that easy life when you're in the midst of the struggle that we haven't experienced yet, we'd probably take it too. We're just not there yet. That is the beauty of feminism. It's to have the choice. It's to have the choice of to be a stay-at-home mom or to be hardworking and everything in between. That's truly what it is. It's to have the free will. If you want to be a child wife, hell yeah. I can see myself being a child wife when I'm like 80, cooking pies for my grandkids, milking the cows, bringing some cereal. My dad comes home not my dad, my God.
By the way, just to your point, it's never too late to find love. I just want to let you guys know that, because I feel honestly, it's truly not. No, I've met people personally. I've worked with people who are significantly older, in their 60s, 70s, and they've gotten married and they've found love. So like,
That's so cute.
I wouldn't say that if you want to have kids, there is obviously a very biological timeline.
Of course, yes.
But to find love and to find like a meaningful connection, you can find that at any point in time. Yeah. So
I met an 80-year-old the other day who told me that he just got married.
Yeah, so possible.
Yeah. And also, there's always adoption and other options as well for having a kid.
True.
I'm 19 and I want kids. I find it really strange when I meet other women that are not maternal and don't have that instinct, but like to each their own. I do think some women should not be mothers.
I agree.
But it's weird and unnatural to not be maternal. Like, do you know what I mean? To not crave that's like
I think
literally in our DNA.
I think
We're
it
here to
depends.
reproduce.
It depends on how you're raised. I think.
So for me, I was
Your
raised.
DNA?
No. I'm saying wanting a child or not wanting a child. It really it depends on how you're raised and like the nature versus nurture type thing. That's what I'm saying.
I suppose. I don't know. I just find it a little sociopathic when I meet a woman that's not maternal at all.
Maternal in nature, I think we all have, but she does bring up a good point. Extensive family abuse and trauma can warp your perception of what family means.
Yes.
That's what I mean. Our nurture is all, I don't know about y'all, but I've been taking care of little animals since I was like 4 years old. I got a gator tattooed on my foot because I took care of a little gator. I called, he was my son, right? We all have that, but a lot of people go through traumas that turn them away for the same reason that a lot of people are opposed to love, opposed to marriage, because there's a nurture and nature dynamic. That's all I'm gonna say. But I agree with you. I'm 19 and I also want kids, and this is coming from someone who, like you said, is pretty dudeish. In demeanor. I got a fair amount of androgyny, but at the end of the day, I'm girl. I want a soul flick. Scrambling around, I teach him how to climb towers. That's my train of thought.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I came from a house that wasn't very nurturing. So obviously there was a lot of love in my household and everything, but there wasn't like, let's say I lost a tennis match or something like that. There's no like there wasn't like, okay, I'll take you guys to go get pizza or I'll bake you cookies. Like when you're sad, it's more get up, thug it out,
the reassurance,
and life goes on.
I was
a little
also
more
raised
cold.
similarly.
So it's not that, I don't feel like obviously, like I would love to have children, things like that. But where I'm at currently and like kind of my headspace is I wouldn't want to give a child like a disservice because I can't do that for someone else. But that's just my take.
So what I had said earlier.
One sec. I'll let you come in.
Teddy Westside 29 donated $200. Your mindsets of not wanting children will eventually kill off the species. South Korea is a prime example of this. Quit drinking the feminist Kool-Aid. You will regret it later in life. Trust me.
Yo, Teddy Westside. Wait, is this like a How I Met Your Mother?
It is How I Met Your Mother.
Teddy Westside. Yo, thank you, man. Teddy Westside. Appreciate it. Send in another one. Confirm or deny if you're a How I Met Your Mother fan. You got Pasty here.
From the government of Canada.
Pasty George donated $200.04.
Thank you, man.
Nice.
Many women infected with feminism should heed the warnings from women like Kate Mulvey, Nora Vincent, Candace Owens, Rachel Wilson, Bettina Arndt, and more. Their stories and advice are gold.
Yo, Pasty George, thank you, man. By the way, Pasty George here, he's a Canadian. He's a very intelligent Canadian man, very intelligent. So, you should always listen to a Canadian? I don't know what that
I'm
is.
Canadian.
You're Canadian?
Yeah, both of my parents were born there.
Oh, do you have citizenship or?
I could get it, but I don't actively have it.
I have a question, but I know you wanted to come in. What did you have to say?
Yeah, no. I kept getting interrupted every time I tried to say
Go ahead.
this.
It's okay. Just go ahead.
No, so I understand feeling like you don't have the nurturing ability. I was raised by my father, right? My mom left to Argentina, and then I got involved with drugs really young. And I just was always like trying to be like my dad, so that's why I have more of that masculine side to me. But when it comes from you, when the baby is in your body and it's being formed, I definitely think that it would just naturally come to you. And I think we get in our own headspace about how we're supposed to feel and if we are actually built for this. But like, you are built for this. And until that time comes when, like, there's no way that you're going to see your own flesh and blood and not have love and affection and empathy for it.
There is something spiritual about it.
Yeah.
There is something absolutely spiritual about it.
Right.
With the point of feminism, I'm a feminist, but I want to be a mother. And I am, if this is the situation, willing to try that same home lifestyle if that is what's best for my family. But I don't want to give up, not my, but our creative pursuits for this. I know identical twin sisters raised equally. One wants children, the other does not. Oh, I'm sorry. But I've seen it firsthand. You know, I watched my little sister be born, and that was, and like I said, I'm not inherently Christian, but I am omnistic. So I believe in your faith. I believe in a God, a creator, and there is nothing more pure and holy than seeing a newborn child, and that awoke something in me at a very young age, and I want that. Just not yet. Yes. Sorry.
All right.
Can I say? I want to say something controversial. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
To your point. Yeah. It's a little bit controversial because as a mom, I can tell you, yes, having a child does change your life, and it does make you look at the bigger picture, of course, because how can you not? You know, you're literally alive to keep another human being alive. However, I will say not everybody is inherently born with a maternal instinct. I've seen it, I've experienced it, even myself, because of the things that I would say I am very nurturing, but because of what I endured in that relationship, it deeply affected me and traumatized me, and it really actually affected my son. And it affected me being a parent to my son because of the previous experiences. So it's all like a learning curve and experience. And to your point also, I think it is wise for you to know your limitations and for you to know like where you're at, to have that self-awareness, because I myself didn't. And I think now looking back, it potentially caused my son a lot of unnecessary harm. So, yeah, I think
you
you're
for
both.
sharing that.
I think you're both right. Yeah.
So next question here.